Let's see, do we want to still settle in this world? I think we do. I think we want to be able to start a new game in an existing world. We want to be able to reclaim our fort. BoulderMines will rise again. Let's see. Yeah. So, how are we gonna save? Where are we gonna make a fort that we could save BoulderMines? Yep, you Sherlock. Select new fortress. We are in year 103 now. And we're in the second month, it looks like? No. We're in fall. So that is the 11th month. Okay. So we were we up here? I think we were. No, we were over here. That's human fort, human castle. There it is. The dead BoulderMines. We shall mourn you. Okay, let's find an area. We want flux. I don't care about that. Preferably soil. Clay. I don't care about... I'd like a river. That'd be nice. Iron, yes. That's all I really care about. I don't want to go near a volcano. It's been a while since I did a volcano fort. But definitely not required. I don't remember what civilization we were with, though. Let's see, BoulderMines was over here, and you were part of... It does not tell us. Okay. Choose origin civilization. Nope. The Brave Avalanche, that doesn't... We were part of the Crystal of Furnaces. Which still has a good number of things, so we're gonna stick with them. Let's see, what do we have here? That is not quite near enough a river. This one is. Clay, some soil. Gold. Doesn't have iron. No river particularly close by on those. About this one. Iron, silver, flux. Flux might be a bit of an issue. No river real close by. Here we've got... Ooh. We don't have iron. You on that side. Well, it's over there. Huh. I guess we could stick with lead until we can import enough? We don't necessarily need a river. It's really like rivers. Makes it way easier to do the mist generator inside. Or the one that pours through the middle of the fort. Iron. Very deep soil. Got iron. Do we have any flux? Some right there. I have to do an awfully big embark. Let's see. I made it 1, 2 taller. There's no flux here. Let's see, make that one bigger. I would get river. I'd get iron. Some flux. We did a 3x6, did a real long, narrow one. Could be interesting. Untamed wilds. Temperate savanna. I like the area. What about over here? Iron and flux. Goblins, humans, elves. Okay. No, wait, yes. Iron. River, flux. That looks pretty perfect, actually. Let's take that back down. That one up. Does that capture everything? We've got river. We've got mountain there. Okay. We will live again. Ooh, heavy aquifer? Should be restricted to the, like, first 2 layers. We'll see. This could be interesting. Nothing interesting on the animals. I do kind of want we could get wool if I trade that down. Let's mark down, make it 1 sow and 1 boar, and let's add in a ewe and a ram. It does mean we'll have to have pasture area. We have no points left. What did we have? We've got strawberries and tomatillos. Okay with that. Garden vegetables. Yeah, that looks about all there is anyway. Okay, well, we will give Zulfur back a farmer because we failed them. Good spatial sense. You dream of creating great work of art. Don't really have anything else going on for you. Right now, we're just going to leave you as a peasant till we decide what to do with you. Dreams of creating a great work of art. Doesn't like family, doesn't particularly respect commerce. Can read emotions fairly well. Questionable spatial sense. So... We're also going to turn you into a peasant for the moment. We will come back to your skills later once we figure out the critical ones. This is a woodworker currently. Dreams of creating great work. A masterwork. Personally believes that the time taken to master a skill is a horrible waste. Well, that's just sad. How do you expect to craft a masterwork if you don't take the time to master a skill? Values eloquence and doesn't see the attainment of knowledge as important. She has a good memory, but she has questionable spatial sense, little linguistic ability, and really poor focus. You guys just suck this night, dwarves. What is up with you guys? Okay, well, you're gonna stay a woodworker. You dream of creating a masterwork, so that's fine. An iron will, great analytic abilities, and ability to read emotions fairly well, but poor spatial sense. Could you be our trader? Dreams of creating a masterwork, we can get by with that. Values peace over war and doesn't see cooperation as valuable. We're gonna make you our trader. So let's get rid of your mining skills. And your stone cutter. We're gonna give you persuader, negotiator, judge of intent, appraiser, record keeper. I don't know if I actually need organizer. Conversationalist, we're gonna give you a little bit of leader, because I kind of want you to wind up as our mayor. Organizer always sounds like a good one, at least. Persuader. Raiser. Yeah, we're gonna give you negotiator. There we go. So you're gonna be our trader. We're gonna take the skills away from you. We'll come down to this one, our current stoneworker. Dreams of creating a masterwork. Personally values romance. Nice. You're a well, you value romance, not necessarily romantic. Great intuition, a very good sense of empathy, and a feel for music. But he has questionable spatial sense. We'll leave you as the stoneworker. I'm fine with that. Engraver, great kinesthetic sense. That would be a good one. Good memory and a way with words. But she has questionable spatial sense and a meager ability with social relationships. Is it on the... So this is also our doctor, generally. I think kinesthetic sense is the one that matters for them, not spatial sense. Pretty sure. I think that one's okay, actually. This we have this peasant right now. Great creativity, great sense of empathy, poor analytic abilities, an iffy sense for music, poor memory, and little patience. Dreams of raising a family. Personally finds that those that deny their impulses somewhat stiff and doesn't feel strongly about the law. I think I'm gonna make you our siege operator. We're gonna give you teacher and let's see, organizer. Where'd that go? Organizer, yep. And then we need, what do we still need? We need miners. So we've got a woodworker, we've got a stoneworker. We need our 2 miners. So you're just gonna both be miners, because that's what I have left. Give you each a point of swimming. And stone cutting. The siege operator will also be our farmer, but they can learn that from the ground up. We are the crystal of furnaces. The obascent inks? That's a horrible name. The gold of disembowelment. The absolute basement. That's kind of dwarfy. Can we get rid of that as a the thing though? Let's try absolute. Let's see. Numlock back on. Basement. Basement the absolute, no. Basement. And absolute. It's gotta be an adjective. Come on. Absolute. Absolute basement. It's not this one, right? That's what I just did. Yeah, that's what I just did. So clear. Doesn't matter if I put it over there. It's got to be this one. Absolute basement. And fortress name. Fortress Pull. Can we do... basement? No. No. The armored basement? I want to do something with basement again. Let's rig up basement there. The armored? No. Let's see. Fortress. Fortress basement? No, basement fortress. Fortress. Yeah, basement fortress. There we go. And let's embark. Once again. Might have been the shortest fort I've ever done. It's sad. Or at least it was since I first learned how to play, which apparently I've forgotten how to play. Come on, save. A dwarven outpost, you have arrived. After a journey from the mountain homes into the forbidding wilderness beyond, your harsh trek has finally ended. Your party of 7 is to make an outpost for the glory of all Zaz Servesh. There are almost no supplies left, but with stout labor comes sustenance. Whether by bolt, plow, or hook, provide for your dwarves. You're expecting a supply caravan just before winter entombs you. But it is spring now. I didn't think it was. It is actually mid-autumn. Huh. So the message does not update if we're not setting off at the beginning of the year. So actually, we've probably missed, and it'll be an entire year before we get a caravan. A new chapter of Dwarven history begins here at this place. Ushat Geshud, Basement Fortress. Strike the earth. Okay. So we've got river over there with some giant crocodiles. Oh joy. I forgot I was on an Untamed Wilds map. So, let's see. Auto chop. Make sure you are off. Auto fish should also be off. Yes. Those are going to be restricted to mining. Woodcutter. You can be our woodcutter. Fisher dwarves. Nobody's going to fish. Siege operator is going to plant. You're going to engrave. You're also a siege operator, but everybody does that. Work orders. Clear those. Import the starting work order. And I doubt we're going to find any jet. I almost never find jet on volcano ones. We have dolomite. Good to know. Limestone. Marble. Let's not use bauxite if we find it. Or chromite. No cobalite. Graphite. Jet. Kimberlite. Microcline. Let's save olivine. Not the prettiest green, but it's something. Pyrolosite, though I don't know if I've ever even seen that one. Quartzite is not uncommon to stumble across. Serpentine. Slade. Stibnite. That's a rare one. Okay, basically all of the pretty ones I don't want to use in normal jobs, only if I tell them to use it. Bauxite I generally use for my mechanisms, but we'll see what we find that's lava safe, magma safe. Okay, lava goes all the way. Where does it end? Ooh, way up here. That could be done. Add in dig exp cross. There's the center of the map. We could have coming in through there. How fast does this go up? Okay, that's not too bad to dig down. So, if this in the future, how do we want to do this? Yeah, okay, so if we have them dig in, let's say here, 13 by 25. That's the main entrance. And we'd want to go up at least 2 and over by 2. I think 17 by 17, something like that. So shooting from there, 13. Probably back to there, yeah, 13 over by 25. This system we still have not had a chance to test properly because I let BoulderMines fall. Okay. And then in the future, we're gonna have this. A fair amount of digging, but it's definitely doable. I'm going to take my time to properly set up this time. I think I rushed it last time because I was always at least like a season behind, it seemed like. And I think if we'd had another season to get everything equipped, I think we would have been fine on that siege. We're gonna dig that one. Ash tree. Let's see, come down here, dig that, or chop that one, not dig. That should still be fine on an Untamed Wilds. This needs to be normal digging. Here we'll have, let's see. Not there, so just from... That's why I had the moss growing last time. Yeah. Okay. And up to the surface. Chop that tree. Okay. We don't want to dig this one yet, but we can come in. Let's see, you guys come in through there, back to here, and then we're gonna go down. Let's see, from here. Where's the center of the map? We're way off. That's okay, we don't have to be exactly centered. let's do it back at the back, actually. And then we'll come down here. Okay, that'll be our area, our initial little settlement area. So let's get rid of this. And that. That'll be our dormitory. Trade depot, various things. Oh, then do we want to have... No, wait. I did that wrong. No. This is the level we want all that on. We don't need anything there. Take that one down one. This is the... in the future. Change that to that. We'll dig all of that out, yeah. And then they'll build fortifications, they'll be shooting down. That's where we want to dig. Okay, perfect. So they come in, initial settlement, come down. So I think I'm going to do it. Let's see. Got that area. That's our dormitory. So, no, I'm going to do it on the other side. Okay, that's the dormitory. If we want to have the centered thing, we could come over here. Drop it down from, say, right there, down. And then we'd go over here. Yeah. Okay. That would put us pretty much halfway in between the lava and the river, both of which we want to take advantage of. So if I put a staircase here, surface level is 17. So it can probably go all the way down to 0 without hitting the cavern. We could at least get close. Go there though. Rid of all that. And see around. And let's dig over. This is probably all still soil. Yeah, let's see, there's sand there. This is probably soil. Maybe the layer under it. Set up the animal pen. There. What else do we need? Oh, undo. Right there. Make that a refuse one. Right there, make that a wood one. You have naturally growing graves, that's nice. What am I forgetting? Set up these. Manager. No. Expedition leader. The medical dwarf. Wait, not a messenger. Leave that vacant. Broker will be the expedition leader. Labor, we did. We already did stone use. Feel like I'm forgetting something. What am I forgetting? Don't even need animal training, but I do need to say make these ward dogs. Since we're on an untamed wilds, which we need to remember that, we need to get the animals inside pronto. Are we already hitting stone? Oh wait, there's sand. Okay. Just an odd bit of galena right at the front. Dwarves, come hang out inside. I think we're not gonna have any sand over here though. That's not gonna be good for getting some of the animals inside. Hopefully, let's see, this area might be. I thought this place had deep soil. Is that only over here, maybe? Could be. Please don't come over here, giant crocodiles. We already lost to our first siege because we were not prepared. I don't want to lose before we're even semi-established. Amethyst, that's nice. Workshop out of microcline. Guys, do that area first. Come on. There you go. Build those. Now let's switch it over. Let's see, where do we want to put our storage? Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Let's go there and let's make this 2. 1. 1, 2, 3. Yep, there we go. Dig, 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 little dwarves, dig! Dig faster. Please. Is that already copper? What is that? It's like copper. Okay. Bring in the food, bring in the cloth, bring in the leather. We happen to have ammo, any weapons. Furniture-wise, you can bring in the anvil, any bags, buckets. I think that's it. Unfinished goods. You can bring in musical instruments if we happen to get any. Quivers. Is that it? No. Ropes. And you can put goblets in there. And then over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring in stone, microcline, and bring in jet. We do need to dump out really quick our garden vegetables so they can become usable. Table 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put in some chairs. We'll call this the dining room. Keep digging, dwarves. Keep digging. Did I put you on only dig? I did. Come on. Diggity dig dig dig. Where'd those crocodiles go? Giant crocodiles. You still on the map? No. What happened to the giant crocodiles? I mean, I'm happy you're gone, but very surprised. The dwarven gods listen? Okay. Do a crafting place. Do a still. We're not going to be doing any fishing here because it's an Untamed Wilds map. Not till we bring a river inside, at least. Okay, that can be a dormitory. Let's bring... Oh, we need to check our auto butcher settings. We want to enable turkeys. Let there be up to 10 turkey of those. No males. Nope, not 20. I want 0. Nope. Wait. There we go. 0. Up to 10 of those. 0. Dogs. It's fine, except let there be up to 12 males. And let's say 6 males there. Cats. Same thing. Horses. Let's set that to 0. Pigs. 6, I think, is what I normally allow it to go up to. That looks fine. All new races. Or no, only new races. Change to that. Take that off. Okay, so then we can put in a tannery. So we're not letting anything go to waste. A butcher. I need anything else right away? Got my carpenter. Kitchen. And the trade depot, before I forget about it, we'll put over here. And then we're gonna watch our little dwarf dig. Actually, we're gonna do this as priority 1. Drop it down. And then we're gonna take both of those off. But one of them should always come over and dig. Come on, please switch to soil at some point. That would make life easier. Rhyolite. Dacite. Okay, dacite is way better than the ugly rock salt we had, though. Even rhyolite. I'd much rather have an okay brown or a kind of cool looking gray than have that dirt mixed with Pepto-Bismol color. Yep, you can absolutely be a brewer again, Zelfer. As soon as I figure out who the brewer is. Somebody just brewed some drinks. Let's keep an eye on there, actually. Let me get rid of that. Who is brewing? Yeah, man. Somebody go over and brew some drinks. Who are you? You are the siege operator? Did you care if it was male or female dwarf? I don't remember. I think it was male for you. No. You're a female. This is a female dwarf. Yeah. You're just a bald female dwarf. Okay. Great creativity and a great sense of empathy, but she has poor analytic abilities, an iffy sense for music, poor memory, and little patience. Check all her stuff. Dreams of raising a family. Personally finds that those that deny their impulses somewhat stiff. Doesn't feel strongly about the law. Okay. We are going to make you Zulfur. Denied. And we're also, let's see, labor. We're going to add in a work detail that we're going to do for brewing. Brewing. Done. I used to have a mod that I could do different emblems, but I apparently do not have that installed anymore. This is brewing. We'll have to add that before our next world generation. You are our designated brewer. Oh, we did hit sand. And we hit some silty clay. Okay, awesome. What do we have down here? Loam. Clay, native copper, rhyolite. Okay. Rhyolite. More rhyolite. Okay, where was our... It's our last soil though, but we want to know how much soil. So... Quick fort. Let's grab a empty floor. But then I'm going to turn a lot of it into a blueprint. Let's see. Yeah, do that. Okay, just go do some exploratory tunnels, please. Tell me how much soil we have here. Then you let me know what we hit to go in this deep. The question is going to be, are we deep enough to hit the cavern? We should be close. Go down here. Layer 0. We're gonna come up to here. How many was that? 16. No. That's 16, and we want to get rid of that one. Okay. Go dig, dwarves. Yeah, they can hit all those. Okay. Turns to rock over there. Drinks for everyone once you finish brewing, yeah. Well, we got in one good ogre slaying and a tavern song in the old tavern before our lack of preparedness caught up with us. And we lost BoulderMines. We will have to go reclaim it. We are in the same world. But now we're with BasementFortress. As I'm trying to remember, it popped up. What was our group name? Enter on fort. The absolute basement was what it popped up with as when I was hitting randomize for group names. So I went with that, and then we were the fortress of BasementFortress. Yes. Up here is the ruins of BoulderMines that we will go reconquer at some point. No, I want you guys to be digging. If there are priority 2 tasks for digging, you should be digging. Come on, little dwarves. Yeah, we're not gonna have shell parts. We're on an Untamed Wilds map. Okay, that's promising. Watermelon. Jolly Rancher. Might have to get a Jolly Rancher out. Right now, I'm munching on some beef jerky. Let's see. We want to get an animal pen set up pretty quickly, because we are, like I said, on an Untamed Wilds map. So let's grab this so we can bring the animals inside. Now, at the moment, I'm getting some beef jerky in. Let's see. So we'll leave the dogs up here, but we'll take everything else down. Why are our animals hanging out in our meeting room instead of out in the pasture? That doesn't make any sense. I don't know what you got animals are doing. Kind of weird. Okay. We set that up as a dig command, but we also had the one down here. I'm kind of hoping to hit the cavern. Do we have forbid animals on meeting rooms? Is that a thing? I don't think so. I've never seen that before. Yay, we hit the cavern. Nice. Lapis lazuli. And let's put a door right there while we're thinking about it. And then where did we hit the cavern? Okay, right there. Cancel that task, please. Oop, go back down. What? Stop scrolling on me. There we go. Give me a block. Not microcline. No. Stone. Not microcline. Put that right there. Bring it pronto. So where does the cavern... Oh. That was incredibly well timed. That's exactly the beginning of the cavern. Okay. Now we just gotta figure out if we have some other rocks we really want to use. Okay, so this is our animal and brewing floor. Let's do farming over here. This looks like it should all be a soil. Where do we run into? Nothing. Okay, because we're offset. That's right. 5 by 4, I think, is what we normally do. We won't have to dump buckets this time, which will save us some time. Yeah, there we go. Okay, one of these we will allow digging very quickly. Then we're gonna come down here. This is gonna be storage. Nope, I didn't mean to hit quick save, but okay. Save. Need to update the title, actually. I'm gonna do that. Let's see. View the... Not that. Team elements. Dock. No. Let's see, settings. Broadcast settings. This is BasementFortress New Fort. Failed our siege. Or fortress. Go, update settings. Okay. And then, yeah, we're gonna do storage on this level. Storage. Actually, we're gonna go down one and do workshop so we know where to place things. Workshop floor. There we go. Make you all blueprint at the moment. Quick fort for storage. Up a level, down a level. And then under that, I like to do, I think that's where we just do the, no wait, we gotta think about this because we're on a magma level. We're on a volcano world. So, well, we can do it off to the side. Yeah, so we can pipe it in over here. We'll set up magma furnace smelters, forges over here. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Then we want an empty floor. Which will turn into the tavern again. We'll correctly remember to get rid of that part. And that... okay. Gonna have that already being dug out. Some point. This will be our guild hall at some point. Nope. Guild hall, guild floor. No, what do we call it? The temple guild hall. There we go. We are going to take it a little more slowly and think about things a little more this time. Because we failed. Gonna drop down here. Go up here and down. Things we need first. So we'll do smelting over there at some point. We want wood and stone. Do we care where the refuse pile goes? No. So refuse pile can go over there. So this is going to be food. We'll make this stone and the other side wood. We want storage fairly quickly for those. We also want rapidly, because we want to see where things are. Take that down to level 1. And this one down to level 1. No. Up here. Drop that down to level 1. Because we're on the hunt for jet and microcline. It'd actually save us a lot of time and effort if we didn't care about having pretty colors. But I've done the whole multicolored fort where everything is basically a different color. It can be okay. But it's definitely not my favorite. Drop that down. And drop that down. Okay. Then we're going to connect these. We get a decent view of things. up here, not that floor, this floor. Wait, and I forgot these. I'm gonna drop it from the farming floor down to 1, and then connect those. And on this floor, we will quickly do the same. We can go fix those staircases later if we really need to. And who texted me? Oh. The various family members playing a game of Wordle. Let's see, now we will switch over to a Jolly Rancher, as you guessed earlier, Zelfer. Though it is lime, not watermelon. But I like watermelon. I just have an entire bag of lime flavored ones that I grabbed. Because for some reason, last week, I was really craving some kind of like lime hard candy. We hit hematite early. That's nice compared to our last fort where we never even found hematite. I'm getting rid of the shell figurines since we're not fishing. Yeah, whole bag of lime. Because I don't actually like some of the flavors, so I'd rather have an entire bag of a flavor I really like than a bag that's like a third I don't like, a third I'm okay with, and a third I like. That's not the greatest. Okay. Come on, dig down, little dwarves. I want to know what's down here. Okay. Uh-oh. Starving, dehydrated. Okay, that's definitely a meeting hall, not... And the animal pen is out here. Why are you guys not in the animal pen? Didn't we have this the other time, Zelfer, where we had like a water buffalo that just... It was staying in the pen area, but wasn't eating the grass in the pen, so I guess this is actually different. You should be able to get through the door just fine. You should be able to exit through there. This meeting hall should have nothing to do with you little animals. Go back outside and eat some grass. Yeah, come on, out there. There you go. That's better. I will have an inside pasture for you before too long, I promise. Okay. Now I'm going to put the meeting hall back up and hope they don't wander into here. See how far they've dug down. Not very far yet. Ooh, Mike is actually picking up the Jolly Rancher rattling around. Galena, pineapple, opal, olivine. Not really what I was wanting to hit. Citrine, more olivine. I do a little work with olivine. It's not my most favorite color in this game. But at least it's a okay color. But we haven't hit microcline or jet, which jet is not uncommon near volcanoes not to hit. Microcline is usually fairly plentiful though. Come on, little dwarves, you can do it. Dwarf candy. Well, metals tasting candy sounds kind of gross, but I guess you could give the metal candy names. Man, it's mostly just... oh wait, that's Gabbro. Which is nice in that Gabbro is a lava safe, magma safe. But we were really wanting some microcline. Give me some examples, Sulfur. Come on, let's brainstorm some names. I'd at least try it, but all I can think when I hear candy with ore names, all I can think is like metallic tasting. More olivine. Adamantine candy? Okay, actually, that does sound kind of good. Yeah. We might go hit Candyville in this one. If I don't get myself killed on my first siege like a total noob. I've gotten bad. Really bad. Okay. We might just have to use some olivine. Huh. Well, that was all kinds of disappointing. You haven't played it all since the Steam release? Sulfur. It's a lot of fun. Though I can't actually comment because I never played the non-Steam release. So it might or might not be better. I know it had quite a decent following before Steam, but I'm glad the Steam version gave it a wider audience. Gives them some budget to actually continue developing the game, which is nice. It was one of those I had looked at every now and then before the Steam release. I knew of it, but I just I hadn't done it, though then when I got it with the Steam release, I definitely tried it, bounced off, tried it, bounced off, tried it, bounced off a couple of times before it clicked. Okay. I don't like to do this, but I want to know where microcline is. So, what is it? Reveal? It's reveal. But then, oh wait, no. Settings, we're gonna switch over to ASCII for a moment. And we're gonna do reveal. Okay. Microcline. There's a lot of olivine. Is there no microcline? Oh joy. Are we just gonna have to do gray floors with olivine furniture? Yeah. That's exactly what we're gonna have to do. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Wait. I see blue. Stibnite. But there's never going to be enough stibnite to stick with... actually have blue from that. Yeah, it had a budget, but... nothing like what it got after the Steam sale. But you are correct. It did have a budget. So this is going to be interesting. I guess we're going to go with... let's see, what do we have? Dacite. And there was Gabbro down below. This is more rhyolite, and that's a brown one. Rhyolite, copper, olivine, basalt. Basalt. What does basalt look like in this game? Is it normal grayish black? Yeah. So we have no jet, we have no microcline, so we've got to switch it up. We'll just dig down, clear some areas, we'll see what we actually get a decent amount of. I think I'm gonna have to do the furniture out of olivine though. Did we ever wall off the cavern? Yes. Yes, we did. And we did not pierce it anywhere else. You guys are my witness. Because on the last one, I screwed up and had pierced it in a couple places and didn't notice. And then we suddenly had a blind cave ogre in the middle of the tavern. Hey, Dades. I screwed up. It was bad. It's been long enough since I've played this. I was just slow. I was a good season behind of where I should have been on my preparations. So our first siege kicked in, though I do have enemy stuff set to like the hard difficulty. And we got steamrolled on my first siege. It was sad. Of course, it didn't help that like the siege showed up and then I had set everybody to go take shelter for the army to assemble, though my marksmen must have just had a practice session because they were all out of ammo. But I order that and then promptly goblin ambush appears and there's like 5 or 7 proficient lashers suddenly already inside the entrance to my fortress. It did not go well. Okay, we're gonna make this wood. So this is take 2 on this world, and we will go reclaim BoulderMines before we die. Take items from up here. No. Okay, I've never had this happen before. My sheep, well, all my animals are wanting to hang out in my meeting area instead of the animal pen. Oh, because I have them on roaming. Never mind, I'm an idiot. Step 1 of setting up your animal pen, tell it what animals you want. Never did that. Yeah, I've definitely done that before too. Though this time, they didn't give me the option. They just showed up, walked in. They didn't even give me like time. It was just show up, walk in. Okay, I did tell that to grab from above, right? Yep. Yeah. I was hoping they'd at least give me like a season to get my shit together. If my archers had had time to get the bolts, get into position, and there hadn't been the ambush of all the lashers suddenly appearing already inside the fortress, I think we would have been okay. It would have been tough, but we would have lost some dwarves, but I think we would have been okay, because I had it where I could have sealed off, but had for them to attack the gate, they would have had to go under where my marked dwarves could shoot down through a fortification. But that never even got a chance to come into play. And I've got to decide on my new rock situation in this map, because I don't have my normal microcline. And there's no jet. So we've got Gabbro, Dacite, Violet, those are all gray. That's the jet I brought with me. We've got a good bit of olivine, so olivine is going to become our furniture one. I'm gonna put in... I'll still have enough microcline to do all my workshops. I just won't be able to do my bedroom floors out of it. So this is microcline and jet. Other stone, jet. Microcline. We want some olivine. We'll be doing furniture out of you. And then, I don't know yet. Could do Gabbro. I'll definitely do mechanisms out of Gabbro, because that's a nice magma safe one. Dacite was up top. Dacite is the prettier one, but I think it was only up here. There wasn't a lot of it. It was Galena. Dacite over there. Dacite. Oh, there is Dacite here. What about on this level? Dacite. Or however you want to pronounce that. Okay, so there is some. We're gonna do that here. And then let's set up, not that, workshop, stoneworker can go there, carpenter can go there, and I can tear them down from up here. Stoneworker, carpenter. Let's see. while you're digging away, we're gonna update the work order a little bit. Let's see. I could go ahead. I'm not going to use the jet for a bunch of furniture, which I think I've already done some. Then, yeah, let's get rid of that. And rock blocks. I'm gonna change you to dacite. Get rid of that. Make me 100 blocks of that. And rock. Door. Rock. No. We'll come back to the table and thrones. I've got enough tables and thrones for right now. So, 5 of those. Nope. Make this out of olivine. Since we're going to have a lot of it. Is less than 2, greater than 10. There we go. And we're getting our farm set up. So we don't starve. Looks like there's an ad break coming up. Okay, well, I'll let this continue while they're in an ad. Just working on the farming floor a little. Rid of seeds from here. Back to the farming level. Okay. Almost done with the ad break. Razors. Egg layers. Eggs. Oops. Welcome back. What did I just do? Just let them continue digging there while you guys were gone. Where are the cats? Did I not bring any cats with me? Four dogs. Huh. I swear we had cats when we embarked. Did the cats die? Did I butcher the cats on accident? Uh-oh. I might have butchered the cats on accident. As soon as it's done saving, we will check. We might have to request some cat replacements. Uh-oh. Come on. It's thinking. Waiting for Dwarf Fortress to respond. Don't make me restart Dwarf Fortress. There we go. Oh, I totally did. Uh-oh. My bad. I swear I had set... I totally thought I was working on horses when I was working on cats and vice versa. That's what it happened. Yeah. Okay. Change that to 4, and that to like 6. We'll come back and we will order some replacement cats in the future. My bad. Okay, but this one with the war dogs can come inside here. And go away from this area out here. As we are on Untamed Wilds, I don't want you guys dying, though blessedly the giant crocodiles we had on the map at the beginning disappeared. I was really afraid we were all gonna get eaten by giant crocodiles right off the bat. Okay, they're bringing those all down here. Excellent. I will make, but it is low priority. Let's see. There. And there. This will be pins, and that will be pigs, and we'll put nest boxes in there. Eliminite. That is with titanium ore, I believe, because that has what I've searched a lot for in Vintage Story. And some nest boxes. Let's see, rock, nest box. Make me 10 of those, that's fine. I've got auto farm and seed watch on, so I just let it do its thing. You can make up a couple different farms and have them each on a different thing and do it by hand just fine. It's just not something I care enough about to micromanage. Let's go ahead though and scope this out. Yeah, there we go. Change the shape of this. This should have been a blueprint. This is where our surface crops. We will eventually dig holes and roof that over, but that is in the future. Nothing urgent. Okay, now the stray horses are being slaughtered. The things I actually wanted slaughtered. Okay, what else do we have down here? We're working on that. This will be our tavern-ish area. Up here, we can go ahead and allow this area. This will be our food prep area. And we'll have crafting and mechanisms. Bow for Mark Dwarves. And let's figure out an area. Oh, bedrooms. We need to get going on bedrooms. Quick fort. Let's do bedrooms. Oh, my wonderfully square fort, because I don't know. I laid this out one time, figuring out it's not probably the most efficient, but I laid it out trying to be fairly efficient. And then, of course, my engineering brain can't accept anything less efficient. So we will always wind up with the same fort layout pretty much, unless the terrain forces us into something else. Go there. And we'll go ahead and dig this area. Okay. actually do a little higher priority on the bedrooms. Because we do need some of those set up for migrants, though, since we were starting in an already existing world. We started already in the fall, so we won't get migrants for a full year. We have a little extra time. Or we won't get a caravan for a full year. I don't actually know how that plays around with the default migrant waves. That is a good question. Hopefully we get the default migrant waves. Or this could be a slow to get going fort. I generally don't actually play multiple forts in the same world. I'm trying to be better about that because I think it is a cool idea. I just often I'm like, oh, I want to roll a new world. Even though I figured out my favorite world settings a while ago and pretty much don't change them, so all of the worlds pretty much look very similar. Construct with flooring. What do we have? Dacite. Why are we making any out of rhyolite? That's not right. Microline. Had we just already made some out of rhyolite? That could be. Yeah, looks like it. We are finding a lot of copper. Where's our other miner? Oh, you're doing the staircases. Okay, fair enough. Come on. We've got to get some bedrooms going. Grumpy dwarves live in dormitories. Happy dwarves live in bedrooms. We'll see how this dacite looks as a floor. Should be grayish silver, hopefully, and then the olivine furniture won't be too bad. Be really different from my normal blue with dark purple look. Probably are going to set one up with rhyolite later. We'll use that for roof coverings. But I don't really want to work on roof covering things till we have at least our first migrant wave. Okay. Actually, it's kind of a bluey purple gray. I'm okay with that. Yeah, that's not terrible. You guys go in there and smooth so then we can engrave the walls. Wait, I don't need you to smooth the floor, though. Oops. Well. I get rid of a smoothing order? Because I love to use the bedrooms as the training area for my engravers. I don't really care if the engravings are not so good in bedrooms. I can get them trained up there before I set them loose on temples. Let's see, dacite. Could do this one actually out of rhyolite. Yeah, let's do this one out of rhyolite with a different color, and I can save or have them working at the same time. So I am going to put one in rock blocks for rhyolite. Do 4 at a time if we're under 100. Yay, we had some puppies. Sherlock, Moriarty, what would you guys think about us getting a puppy? They are so old, they did not even wake up from their naps. Not that you guys are that old. You're just 10 and a half and 9. They are snoozing hard. Pretty sure Sherlock would kill me if I got a puppy. Moriarty would enjoy it. Dogs. Yep. I like cats too, but mine are dogs. Grew up with mostly cats. Let's see. Still go over to see Johnny Mac at my parents'. He's the cat we got. I was actually already in college, but he's, how old is he now? 17? He's a geriatric cat. We have to give him IV fluids like once a week. Mostly just sleeps, but makes a good cuddle buddy. Let's see, dacite, fill that in. Since we're doing odd floor choices in this game. But I think the olivine on the dacite, it could look interesting. It's a little more bluey purple gray than I was thinking. But that'll be interesting. Really sad we're not going to have microcline floors. Those are my favorite. But we'll at least have the microcline workshops because I brought enough microcline with us on Embark. Making our figurines. Let's see, late spring. So we arrived here in mid-autumn since we're starting a second fort in this world. So again, I don't know how that affects the migrant waves, the 2 default ones. I'm assuming we certainly won't get a caravan until next autumn. So not totally sure on that. Nope, miners, where'd you go? I'll just follow you guys around for a while. I do need to put in the instructions for the refuse pile thing over here. Let's see. It doesn't need to be that high a priority. Actually, it needs to be a blueprint to start off because I've got to dig down from above first. So, let's go all the way up to the surface. And we'll go chop down that tree first. Which, how are we doing on our trees? We are on Untamed Wild, so we're not using auto chop. Let's see, logs. We haven't used many of them. Got some there. Grab auto chop. We're not going to turn it on, but we are going to use it to check really quick. How many trees we have harvested? Only 6. Okay. So that should be fine. We already checked these areas. I think we've already harvested all the trees we absolutely needed to harvest. What else do we have around here? We've got ash, willow. We'll grab some willow trees. And we will set this as a high priority dig. And then that one as priority 2. What do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to get down there. We're probably going to need a staircase. Let's try right there. Yeah, there we go. That'll let them keep accessing it. So we don't have dwarves climb out of the hole and then not get back to their dig site. Excuse me. There we go. Dig, 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 little dwarves. Okay, then we'll do the next priority down so we don't accidentally cause a cavern collapse. Done that before. Does not work out well. Nope, wait. I literally left that so you didn't do— oh, the tree. I say so I won't do a cavern collapse, and then I promptly cause a cavern collapse. Let's see. Did I have anything still up here? No. And then on this level, looks fine. Now that we've collapsed that one spot, did anybody get injured? Uh-oh. Please be okay, little dwarves. I've totally had a dwarf die from doing something like that before. Okay, you seem to be fine. I'm not getting a message about needing a hospital. Should have just been some sand falling on your head. This is why I should always let them chop the tree and then put in the dig command. Okay. How's our farm coming along? We are growing things. Got our little animal pasture. This can stay as our temporary base for a while. Can actually get rid of that storage spot. What do we still have on here? The jet and the microcline. You guys can be bringing that in and downstairs. Kitchen, brewery, tanner, butcher, and the craft store. Yep, that's everything we need at the moment. Okay. Change that to priority 1. Priority 2. And priority 3. And then we'll have one more, it looks like. Saving again. Come on, save the game. This is being a little slow this evening. Let's see. Oh, I do still have that running. Okay, I'm gonna turn that off. That was probably slowing down the computer. Still had my video rendering program open from earlier. Dig, dig, dig. Okay, we made some bone figurines. Oh, we canceled Dig Channel. I think that's because you actually already did it, maybe? Yeah. Priority 1. 2, 3, and then when they get down to there and clear it out, we'll go around and we'll take out the edges as well. Okay. And then you can, at some point, but it can wait a while, you'll do the dining hall first. We can be putting in a rhyolite ceiling there. You should be easily able to find your dig path. I built you that nice little stairway so you could always find it. Okay, how are we coming along on the bedrooms? Let's see, this area need a little more. Switch back over to dash site. Put that in. How are we looking smoothing wise? Let's see, smooth that area. And that area. And then we'll come in and do some engraving. And then we'll get some bedrooms going. So we have happier dwarves, though actually they're pretty happy at the moment. Okay, are we almost done over here? Getting close. So we can make this our indoor refuse pile so we don't have to trek all the way up anymore, and we can bring our food industry down here, including our butchering industry. So everything is well below ground. I would like some more miners in the migrant wave. That would be helpful. Weather has cleared. We did another bone figurine. We'll have quite a bit built up for trade, since we'll have an extra... Do we normally arrive in the winter, or do we normally arrive in the spring? It's normally in the spring, right? So we're gonna have an extra season and a half, I think, before the first caravan. So we should have a fair amount built up, though we're not fishing. So that actually does hurt our availability for parts for figurines. Oops. There we go. That floor. Clear that out. Okay, spring. That's what I thought. Because then we're preparing for the winter, but we did half of fall because we got here in mid-autumn. And then winter. Okay, let's make that a refuse pile. And then we can go upstairs to the surface and get rid of that refuse pile. And I have to keep in mind that we're actually playing on a volcano volcano land. Actually, I could call it Volcano World 2 because my favorite world gen settings, I do have volcano frequency turned up a lot. So it winds up being a bit of both. Okay. We'll move the food industry down here. So the only thing we'll still have upstairs, and even that will move down before too long, will be the trade depot and the dormitory. Which will leave the dormitory intact for a while. We could go ahead and do... let's see. What am I looking for? Mechanic. Out of microcline. We'll also get our early tailoring industry kicked off. So we get some... You guys are in an ad. That was my bad. Didn't notice the ad. Welcome back. Totally failed to notice the ad starting. Okay, we'll put in a kitchen. There, a brewery for Zelfer over here. Farmer's workshop. Then we want a tannery back here and a butchery. We're not doing any fishing, so I don't know that we actually need a fishery. Might throw one in anyway. Loom. And the clothing place. Get those all queued up to be built. We need to, let's see, open that area for, let's finish the bedrooms first though, that's a good call. Okay. You can open up that storage. And then we do want this storage so I can, let's just do the whole thing. So I can unload things from my wood workshop and my stone workshop. Let's do that a little higher priority. And this one. and we can be setting this up down here. So, let's see. We've got jet, but I want to stick to olivine. No, I don't have any olivine tables queued up, do I? Let's see, I got rid of that. Rock table. Rock throne. And we'll do 2 at a time. Out of olivine. Is not apparently how it's pronounced, according to our geologist friend who commented on it in Vintage Story, Anisha's partner. But we like olivine, so that's what I'm going to keep calling it. And then we will put in tables here out of olivine. Put one there. We'll get our, what will be our tavern started. It'll actually look pretty interesting on the brown floor. I think I might like that better than on the gray. We'll save the jet that we have for some of the nobles. So, yeah, we'll put in special work orders once their skills are higher. And save the jet for that. Let's make this... not yet. We will make that drinks and food go in there. Leatherworking. They'll have to switch over the work orders. I don't think I actually have them doing... Yeah, I'm still on my starting set of work orders. Okay, you guys gotta go smooth at a higher priority. Smooth, because I need my engravers to come in and do some work. Construction, leave alone. And dacite floors over here. There we go. Oh, we got some migrants. Nice. Let us then clear the starting work orders, and we're going to import the smelting ones. Not that we have smelting set up quite yet. We're going to get rid of shell figurines since we aren't fishing. We'll leave the microcline. Let's see. We don't know about our coal situation yet. We're not doing jet thrones. We want rock blocks out of dacite. Jet door. Jet table. Coffer. No, rock coffin can stay. Jet cabinet can go away. Rock bed can stay. Leggings, all of that can stay. We'll start making leather armor. Sandstone mechanisms. We're gonna make... We've got gabbro, so rock mechanisms. We'll do those out of gabbro. That is our easily lava safe material that's lying around here. 2 at a time. Till we have like 5, something like that. Then we want rock throne, rock table, rock door, rock coffer, and rock cabinet. And all of those are going to be out of Olivine because it's really the only colorful thing we have. Olivine. Olivine. So we're going to have not the greatest green color, but a fair amount of green in our fort. Let's make 5 of those at a time, 5 of those, 5 of those, 2 of those, 2 of those. Actually, I'm going to take that one down to 2 as well. And nope. Empty cabinets, olivine is less than 2. Coffers. We will also do 2. Doors, 2. We're gonna do 2 on all of these actually. Okay. And I release you to work. Which, ooh, it is already later than I intended. It is 10:30. So I'm going to call it there. I'd say it's a good start to the fort so far. We'll get the bedrooms going. As soon as they're done smoothing there, we'll come in and engrave. I'm watching our time. We are going to get defenses set up earlier this time so we don't get killed by the first siege. That would be bad. I don't think I could ever live it down if I got killed by the first siege twice in a row. Thanks for coming to watch, Hades.